Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Same Spirit Gaming. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Matt.
Okay, before we start, I just wanted to point out I noticed something. While we're paused, the crab is still blinking in the background. So everything's paused, but yeah, he can still
Oh,
blink.
huh,
So
yeah.
when we pause,
And
it's
it's
just
like blinking in time with the main characters blinking in the
yeah.
menu.
He's just like, can you please unpause? I hate standing here like this. Anyway, so it does save your notes. In the previous episode I was like, I don't know if everything's going to be saved, but it is. And guess what else? Um, I thought I couldn't fight this crab, or yeah, the hermit crab or whatever, but actually we can. Hey, this is Nipper's beach. He find nothing without Nipper's help. Help us then, crustacean brain! Go cheeky bird need feather clipping. Oh yeah, just try it, shellhead. Alright, let's do it. Then he opens it up and right in the eyes. You hurt Nipper. Makes me mad. Boom. And then guess what you can do? Go inside his shell. Oh yeah.
Which somehow is gonna be a lot bigger than it realistically probably should.
Yes. And there are apparently other crabs living inside his shell. There you go.
And puzzle piece, which is kind of necessary.
Yeah. Is there anything over here? No. Okay. So this is pretty awesome. Moving right along. I also did not unlock the flying in the last episode, so we are going to do that today too. You can fly, Matt. Is there anything in here? Oh. Oh, come on. Oh, just eggs. Nothing great. Alright, we already helped the hippo pirate. Good there.
Yeah, so what else is there to do in this area?
Whoops.
I'm sure there's a lot more to do in this area.
Yeah. Alright, let me show you another cool part. So I have to remember where to unlock flying. It might be up here. Oh, I think I saw where it was in the last episode, and then we had to stop.
Unfortunate.
Okay. Just keep
Would it have
walking
been,
over
yeah, further over that way, maybe?
here. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Oh well. Oh man. Wait, what's the ship's name? Salty Hippo. He named the ship after himself. I promise I'm good at this game. We're not terrible.
Chalk it up to some rust.
I don't know if I'm gonna collect all the notes this time, because that would take a while. Oh, it's a honeycomb, okay. Alright, so if we look up there, I don't see anything up there.
I mean, it looks like there's some sort of little, like, cave hole thing
There's gotta
to
be
go
something
into.
up there, yeah. Alright. We'll just check it out. What? Is it empty? What the heck? What?
Yeah.
I must have
Totally
already
seemed
went
like
up
it should have
there.
been
I must have gone up
like
there
an
already.
entry to something else.
Clam, get out of here.
Can you like do anything about the clams?
Probably, but I don't know if I really need to. Okay, what's up here? I can't see. Oh, wow, this is
Oh
terrible.
no. Shark attack.
Alright, well, while I'm fumbling around, why don't we get out the Bible verse and I will figure out where I'm supposed to go.
Okay. So, for today, we have a passage from John chapter 14. I will be starting in verse 19, probably going through verse 21.
Okay.
Now, this is Jesus speaking to his disciples. And he says, "Before long, the world will not see me anymore, but you will see me. Because I live, you also will live. On that day, you will realize that I am in my Father, and you are in me, and I am in you. Whoever has my commands and keeps them is the one who loves me. One who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I too will love them and show myself to them." So the part that kind of stuck out to me at first glance was really the first verse of it, where Jesus is saying the world won't see him anymore,
Yeah.
but those who believe him will. I mean, kind of a almost twofold thing there, because like physically the world literally would not be able to see him anymore because of, ascending to heaven and not like Jesus not physically living on earth anymore then.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, I don't know if this is really as relevant because, like, in a way, spiritually, the world didn't even really, quote unquote, see him while he lived on earth either. But
Yeah, that's true.
that also is something that I thought about as, being relevant to that statement, because it's like the world doesn't really understand Jesus and what he did. I mean, unless, they are fellow believers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Like you said, even when Jesus was there, he wasn't really seen, I guess you could say, for who he was, except by the believers. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I find that really interesting. Yeah. This reminds me of a clip we had earlier of one of our episodes where we said that doubting Thomas missed he didn't see Jesus come back. And it's kind of a similar thing where, blessed are those who believe without seeing. And in a way, we do see Jesus throughout our lives and all over the place. I guess it's just a difference between physical seeing and, spiritually seeing. I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah. That's kind of something I've thought about, relative to, people talk about believing in Jesus, and, there are passages that talk about even the demons acknowledging that Jesus exists. So usually when we talk about believing in Jesus, we're talking more about like having faith and putting trust in Jesus that's truly needed for, salvation.
Yeah.
Kind of similarly, there's a difference between like physically, or not even so much physically seeing, but like I guess more so being able to kind of know of something or someone, and like truly knowing or understanding the heart of it,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Like there's a lot of people who follow celebrities, for example, in this day and age, and they might know a lot of little, pieces of information about that celebrity, but they've never actually even met the person, so like they don't truly
Right.
know that person's heart and like the core of their personality and what they're truly like.
Yeah. They
And I think it's
physically
kind of a similar case with, a lot of people know, or at least think they know about Jesus and who he is and why he's important, but like they don't truly know the heart of,
Yeah.
What Jesus did and why it's important.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like even many people who, at least I've met, who call themselves Christians don't really know. Like, I've met a lot of Christians in my life who have never really studied the Bible or even read a good portion of it, or even read a good portion of the Gospels or in the New Testament. So, and not that in order to be a Christian you have to do that, but yeah, it's just understanding and knowing what Jesus is all about.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Before we continue, I'm really sorry. I don't want to just, because I really don't know where to get the flying thing, and we need it to move on. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to look up really quickly where that is.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. All right.
Is it one of those things where now that you've seen it, you feel dumb for not knowing?
Yeah, anyone who knew where it was is probably just like, oh my gosh, I know where it is. Just go over there. You'll see. Oh, and by the way, I think you can kill the shark. Well, at least make him go away. Wow. I'm very sorry for wasting people's time. I don't know why. Okay, I can't complain. I was going to say, I don't know why they would put it up here, but I can't complain. Look, it's right here. Somehow I missed it.
In the crow's nest.
Yeah. Alright. This is your big chance, chicken legs. It's time for you to fly. At last! It better be easy, bog eyes. Simple enough even for you, big bird brain. Just stand on a flying disc and press A. Here's 25 red feathers to help you into the air. See you. Nice going. You've learned all the Cove's new moves. Alright, so now check this out. Woo! We're flying. And now we can, I'll show you this area up here. Oops.
Okay, I was just about to ask what the feathers are for, but I guess that lets you, like, flap your wings and get up higher.
Yes. You can, yeah, that's, you pretty much fly and you kind of go down a little bit, but if you press A, you go higher. So I'm going to try to get this guy and not fall down. Alright, cool. And so one of the cool things about this map that I'm sorry that we still haven't figured out the audio issues and Matt can't hear it, but the whole level has music down there. And by the way, the music changes if you're under the water and different areas. Like in the shell, they slow it down and like they do all this cool stuff with the music. And then when you're up here, the music just completely stops. You're like so separated and so high up that it's just like seagulls and wind, and I don't know, they did a lot of really cool things with the music in this game. Well,
So it's like kind of putting some emphasis on just like how high up you are and how
Exactly. Oops. That's not the move. There we go. And now we're even more high up. Man, I'm getting pretty close to the 100 notes. So maybe I will get them all. Sweet. Okay, and then there's one more jiggy to get with the flying stuff. And then, oh yeah, you don't have to go down the same way. Like, even if you jump right here, the music will just continue. So that it's not even like loading or anything. It's all... Oh, crap. That hurt. So now the music's playing again. Very cool. This game was just...
Gotta be careful about it, I guess.
Yeah. It's just, for its time, it was very revolutionary, I guess you could say. Alright, so now... And then later you kind of... See, I'm kind of going down, and then if I press A, I go back up. Later there's an ability that makes you go, like, super fast. But I don't have that yet. And I just noticed you can see through Banjo's legs. So that's why I said, for its time, it was revolutionary. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta go this way. And sorry if I cut off the Bible verse talk. I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to say.
Yeah, I think we had kind of mostly covered it because, you know, the verses that talk about being in Jesus as he's in the Father and, like, following his commands and that kind of stuff. I think that kind of relates to that difference we were talking about between really, like, knowing of Jesus and actually truly knowing him, you know?
Yeah. I thought I had unalived myself there. I did not. Yes, truly knowing Jesus versus knowing of him. Big difference.
Yeah. Because you can know a lot about, you know, the historical figure Jesus and things like that, but still not really have a desire to follow his commands.
Yeah.
And so if you're not following his commands, though, you've completely lost the heart of what it really means to truly know Jesus.
Definitely. And I do encourage everyone, just pick up the Bible and start reading. There's so much jam-packed in the Bible, and I know it sounds lame, it sounds dumb, whatever, to some people, not to me, but last night I just started reading Romans, and I was just, like, sucked in. I mean, normally what I do at nighttime is I watch YouTube or whatever, but last night I was just reading. I started reading Romans, just like one verse or a couple verses, and then, like, before I knew it, I was 5 chapters in. I was still going. I was like, oh man, I gotta get to sleep. There's just, you know, knowing that you're reading the words of this pure wisdom, and there's so much insight to be gained. I don't know, it's fascinating. It's a learning experience, and it's just really, you know, don't be afraid to just open it up and start reading. The Old Testament is a little dry, but start with the New Testament. I think if you're worried about, you know, if you're thinking it's going to be boring or something, it's really, really interesting to me.
But also, like, if you're looking for, you know, more depth of understanding of things within the New Testament,
Yes.
Reading the Old Testament can help with that.
Definitely, yeah. No, not that the Old Testament, you can just skip it or whatever, but because it really, it gives really good context for everything. It's basically the foundation and the historical background of everything. You'll begin to understand why people act the way they do in the New Testament, why a lot of the people react, if you have the whole context of the Old Testament. That is really interesting, I think, too. Just finally in my life, I've gone through the entire Old Testament. It's like, oh, okay, things are starting to make sense, especially the gospel that was written specifically for the Jewish people. I don't think this is the right way. So basically, I'm moving on because I think there is another Jiggy in there. I think for collecting the Jinjos, but I think you can move on and not have to fully complete the level. So I'm actually just going to go to the next one. Because collecting the Jinjos is not really that interesting. Let's see, what does this do? Alright.
Now you can jump across.
Man, we're making good progress in this episode. Ooh. There's another one.
But...
And Hebrews. If you want to talk about something that needs context from the Old Testament, Hebrews is like directly written for Jewish people.
Well, especially, all the references to certain people from the Old Testament. It's like, you can get an idea of certain characteristics of them just from reading Hebrews itself, but you don't get the full picture.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely get a lot out of Hebrews without without any of the Old Testament context, but it just makes a lot.
That's kind of why I said more so if you want more depth of understanding.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, there's Christians who will go their whole lives without reading the whole Bible. And that is okay. I forgot there's a button to... Yeah, there we go. Press the right trigger. Okay. Bubble Gloop Swamp! Let's do
it! Maybe let's do it in the next episode, though?
Sounds good. Next episode, we are going to Bubble Gloop. So, thank you everyone for watching. We will see you again very soon. We hope you enjoyed.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.